everybody, I'm back. I cannot believe it has been a long time since I've shown my face here on YouTube, and I have been busy at home in quarantine teaching my little kiddos, and it's been a lot, and so I have had to put aside some things to make room for other things. But guess what? We made it. It is summer. We've officially made it as of this week, and I'm so excited to be back here on YouTube, and I missed you. Coming back with a Set the Table series, a very simple easing back into entertaining. We're having one couple over, though making a killer recipe. Simple table, simple dinner, but killer braised short rib taco recipe, killer. Blows everybody out of the water. So come with me, I'm gonna show you how to make these tacos along with some of the side dishes I'm serving, along with the table I've got here behind me. Simple summer entertaining edition. Let's go. Okay, so as you know, I love to prepare as many things in advance as I can, because when my company is here, I like to be present. I want to enjoy them. This right here is the sauce that you cook your short ribs in. It is made up of beef broth, some vinegar, a bunch of different spices, mustard, and some tamari sauce. It smells amazing. This is the secret sauce, guys. So I'm just gonna make this ahead of time, set it aside, and what's cool about this recipe are there are a lot of things you can do ahead of time. Example, for appetizer, I am serving chips and guac. I pre-made that. I pre-cut up some of the toppings, the lime, jalapeno, cilantro back there, and I'll cut up some basil right before since that wilts a little bit easier. This is a sriracha aioli, and it is phenomenal. It has lime juice, lime zest, garlic, mayonnaise, and sriracha sauce, and it is so good. This thing that I prepared in advance is the coleslaw. It is just a simple coleslaw mix. I added some cilantro, and you toss it with lime juice and a teaspoon of fish sauce. So it just gives it a little crunchy flair. It is so good. It's not overly fishy. I will toss that though right before I serve the tacos. And to go with the taco flair, even though they're Asian fusion tacos, I made sure I had the best Topo Chico on hand. So good, and it is so festive and cute. There's the Louie. He is almost 6 months old. Look how big he is. He is seriously so sweet. Hi, buddy. Hi. Can you shake? Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. So it has been so long since we've sat outside and had people over. And I've been kind of thinking about 4th of July, and I went online and found this. It's very similar to another one I have, but a little different, super inexpensive, and this one's really long to fit our long farmhouse table we have. But it's blue. I love this stitching detail, and I love this tassel. It's so cute. So I'm gonna just dust off our benches and bring our chairs over and set the table. So I had these peonies on hand, and they were just in this larger vase. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use them in the middle of the table because they're so pretty not to use, but I'm just gonna trim them down and cluster them in a little grouping of 3. So I've got 3 clear vases, and trim them down and put them in here, and I think they're gonna be really darling on the table. Okay, a little tip here, something I'm super excited about. If you are gluten-free, or you have somebody that's coming over that's gluten-free, but you wanna serve flour tortillas, these Siete almond flour tortillas are my absolute favorite, not sponsored, just obsessed. So I have these for somebody that's coming over. For everybody else, I went to a local Mexican food restaurant, which I'm so spoiled because we live here in San Diego. So I went to a place called Tommy's in Point Loma here, and they make, you guys, these homemade tortillas. Look how thick and delicious those look. You heat them up, killer. So this recipe calls for flour tortillas. I wanted to make it a little extra special, so I purchased homemade ones. You can make your own. You can do just plain old tortillas. And if you're gluten-free, get the Siete almond flour tortillas. They're next level. Just a little hot tip there for you. And I have the best memories. As a little girl, my family would travel down to Mexico and we would stop and we would pick up homemade tortillas. And we would heat them up with a little butter. I mean, there's literally nothing better. Yum. All right, so I got my beef short ribs out. The recipe calls for 3 pounds. I got a little bit more because there's more than 4 of us. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these into a bowl, salt and pepper with a little bit of arrowroot flour. And then this is actually an Instant Pot recipe, but it doesn't have to be. You can totally use a crock pot, but I'm gonna saute them and brown them in here, and then I'm gonna cook them in here with the sauce that I just showed you that I made. So kind of a cool, haven't used this in a while, but ready to whip these bad boys up. All right, so this is what the meat looks like. Well seasoned, all of that. And I'm just gonna start sauteing it here in the pot. These are pretty big short ribs, so it looks like I can only do about 4 or so at a time. So I'll do in batches, a few minutes on each side. Then I'll pull these out and then do these ones. My favorite black bean recipe I've shared before is you do a little olive oil and garlic, and then you just use canned beans. And I open them up, I dump them in with the liquid and all, and I put a few sprigs of cilantro and let those simmer for a couple hours. So good. You can see how some of the sides are browning. That's exactly what you want it to look like. All right, those are brown. We're gonna this to 60. And I'm gonna pour all the sauce on top. Put all that goodness in there. And we're gonna put the lid on. Set it for 1 hour. Do your thing, do your thing. All right, so while that's going, I decided we needed 2 side dishes for this that are light. So I'm doing the black beans, even though this is more of an Asian taco. And then I'm gonna do grilled corn because it just felt right for the season. So I'm gonna go heat up the grill, throw these on for a few minutes, and everything else is prepped and ready to go. Our guest should be here in about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna put out some chips and some guac. All the drinks are chilling, and I don't know if you can tell, but my glass is so dirty, so I'm gonna do that quick clean. The house is generally picked up, ready to go. The bathroom is cleaned. I'd say it's kinda get going here. Okay, one tip, if you have time, it doesn't really matter, but I like to try to have all the dishes done, all my prep dishes, because it just looks better. But again, nobody really cares if you have dirty dishes in the sink, because I think it makes them feel normal. But if you have time, hot tip, do the dishes and give your sliding door a little oven if need be. Light a candle, pick up all the random stuff. Shove everything into your laundry room, like so. Fluff your pillows. Okay, my kids are all dressed up too. Beckham put a collared shirt on. Amelie looks gorgeous. And I think I just realized my kids missed having people over as much as I did. So it's been a little bit. I wanted to show you guys what I've been up to. Totally into gardening. Got my tomato plants here. Cucumbers, bell peppers, jalapeno. Look at this lettuce I grew from seed. Very proud of myself, as well as the kale. This is cauliflower, strawberries, onions, and I needed to get some basil. So I'm out here to get some basil for these tacos. And there's a ton of weeds growing in here that I have to weed all the time. Actually called for Thai basil, which I have some of this randomly growing. So I got a little bit of both.